Starts now.
All right, you see them there. Applause on the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange as they're getting ready to ring the opening bell. The stocks did pretty well yesterday, even though there's some uncertainty regarding the impeachment inquiry into President Trump's stocks. They certainly rebounded.
Right, like you said, Pedro, not seeming to react at all to the possibility of this impeachment inquiry. In fact, the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ even broke 3-session losing streaks on Wednesday, and the Dow is looking to point to a higher start today as well. Good morning to you. I'm Simone D'Alba.
And I'm Pedro Vera. We have meteorologist Adam Epstein to let you know how your day is looking. So what do you got for us this morning?
So we got a warm start, Pedro and Simone, and then temperatures will top out in the upper 80s and low 90s in the valley. So we got a warm finish, but not quite as hot as yesterday. Let's take you over to some of those current temperatures. But first, Solano County sunrise looking pretty good. And today is one of 2 days of the year in Sacramento. We have exactly 12 hours of daylight. Sunrise at 6:57, sunsets at 6:57 as well. Temperatures in the 60s and even 70s by Fairfield and Grass Valley, and highs in the upper 80s to low 90s like I mentioned today. So enjoy it. We are cooling off starting tomorrow. We'll talk about that in the full forecast in 7 minutes. I'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you. Children looking for mentors may be in for a long wait.
Right, that's because Big Brothers Big Sisters is short on volunteers. Fox 40's Olivia DeGennaro live with more on the group's push for more volunteers for children waiting to be paired up. We need people to step up. Olivia, good morning.
We really do. Have you ever woken up in the morning and just thought, gosh, I wish I could change a life today? Well, today could be your day because Big Brothers Big Sisters, as you mentioned, is looking for new volunteers, and they really need them. Right now, there are 185 children in the Sacramento area on a wait list to be paired up with a big brother or big sister, and more than 100 of those are young boys. The organization is hoping more volunteers will sign up for the program. And if you are interested, if this sounds like something that might fit into your schedule, you have to be at least 20 years old and you have to be able to pass a stringent FBI background check.
If you are somebody who's got just a little bit of time and a desire to step into the community, help somebody out, be a mentor, pay it forward, then you are exactly somebody that can help us.
All you need is a little bit of time. There are actually no set time requirements that a big brother or sister has to spend with their little, and activities can range from sports to theater, really whatever interests you and the child have in common. So you can get creative, explore new parts of the city, maybe play tourist in your own community. We actually talked with one mother whose son is on the wait list right now. She says she's a single mom, she has to work a lot, and she wishes that her son had another role model, maybe a male role model who could spend some more time with him after school. So those are the kinds of families on the wait list right now. Those are the kinds of people whose lives you could change just by signing up and spending a little bit of time every month with a young boy or girl. Reporting live in Sacramento, Olivia DeGennaro, Fox 40 News.
Hopefully people, like you said, step up a little bit and go volunteer their time.
I was a part of Big Brother Big Sister program for many years, and especially in high school. I took part in it, and she's right. You can do like fun things. You take them to movies. Yeah. You go to the mall. You could go in your community. Just even playing with those kids for 30 minutes in the park really does inspire them.
And you get a lot of benefits too.
Do.
Makes you feel good. So.
Now, Roseville police, they worked with a local comic book shop to take down 2 suspected thieves who allegedly stole some trading cards worth a pretty penny. John Partuska estimates that his Magic the Gathering card collection, well, it was worth around $1,200. So, on a recent trip on a Saturday, the backpack carrying those cards was stolen out of his car in Cameron Park. So Bartuska called A1 Comics in Roseville, where employees say they were suspicious about a man and woman who came in trying to sell some Magic cards without knowing anything about them. After the couple left the cards at the store for appraisal, Roseville police and A1 Comics, they set up a sting.
While the police were here, we contacted the customers who had brought the cards in and told them that, hey, we've got some money for you if you want to come pick that up.
They showed up to get the cash, and our officers met them there to take them into custody.
Jesse Lee Casey and Sarah Marie Huber, you see them on the screen here, they were arrested for possessing and attempting to sell stolen property and for several drug-related charges. Stolen cards were safely returned to their owner. At 6:34, a woman is behind bars accused of stealing money from an elderly man. Earlier this year, a 100-year-old man's family hired 49-year-old Michelle Lopez, the woman you see right here in this picture, to be a caretaker. Investigators with the Placer County Sheriff's Department office, they say that Lopez began stealing money from the man's account, one of which he shared with his 76-year-old daughter. In all, investigators say that she took more than $100,000. An employee at the man's bank noticed suspicious activity and reported it to law enforcement. Investigators arrested Lopez on charges of financial elder abuse and burglary.
Once again, the Senate voted to end President Trump's emergency declaration on the U.S.-Mexico border wall. The move creates the possibility of a veto from the White House. Senators voted 54-41 on a resolution overturning the president's declaration. Mr. Trump using the declaration to shift billions of dollars from the Pentagon to go toward the wall construction. This is the latest setback for the White House in the middle of a difficult week amid the impeachment battle. Well, President Trump has imposed sweeping new visa restrictions on Iranian and Venezuelan officials. These restrictions were announced in two presidential proclamations yesterday. For Iran, the restrictions bar senior officials and their immediate family members from entering the United States. Exceptions will be made in accordance with U.S. obligations under certain international agreements. The same restrictions apply to members of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro's regime at the level of vice minister or its equivalent. Also affected senior Venezuelan military, police, and National Guard officers and the National Constituent Assembly of Venezuela. All right, it is 6:36. We continue to follow these developments out of Capitol Hill. Right now, the Director of National Security is testifying today about a whistleblower complaint against the president. He was just sworn in. He's delivering his opening statement as we speak. Let's listen in.
Therefore, we must protect those who demonstrate courage to report alleged wrongdoing, whether on the battlefield or in the workplace. Indeed, at the start of ethics training in the executive branch each year, we are reminded that public service is a public trust. And as public servants, we have a solemn responsibility to do what's right, which includes reporting concerns of waste, fraud, and abuse, and bringing such matters to the attention of Congress under the Intelligence Community Whistleblower Protection Act. I applaud.
You are listening in live from Capitol Hill. This is acting DNI Joseph McGuire. He's testifying again before the House Intel Committee, delivering his opening statements. We will bring you live updates as this unfolds this morning. Pedro, let's send it over to you.
Now the government sues Match.com, accusing it of tricking its users, and GM may be